So a lot of people think that there's no reason to bring your kiddo in until they have all of their teeth. But you'd be surprised how many children we see that already have significant early childhood caries or tooth decay by the time they're 1.5 or 2 years old. And so a lot of these things can be prevented, but we got to see them early and we got to get you started right. So a really common misconception is that sugar is the only thing that causes tooth decay. And although sugar, especially like processed refined sugar, is very bad for your teeth, especially in frequent quantities, there are a lot of other sources that people, often forget about. The biggest one is refined carbohydrates. Every kid loves Goldfish crackers, Cheez-Its, chips, etc. And these things are commonplace at schools, daycares. They're in the home. It's easy to give them. They're in bags. They're great for travel. And it's okay for your kids to have those things, but high frequency carbohydrates or bag snacks a lot of times can have just as detrimental of an impact on your kids' teeth as sugar can. And so just be mindful with your snack choices, be mindful with the frequency, mix it up, have some diet diversity, and you'll be just fine. So as a parent of young children myself, I know it can be hard to brush. And I know that a lot of kids are independent. They think that they can brush. They want to do it on their own. It can make bedtime, which is already really stressful, even more of a battle. But I promise that there are a lot of little kids that do not have the manual dexterity to adequately brush their teeth. And even though I know it's easy and I know that it's a lot of times what we want, sometimes it's just not a reality for our kids. And so my encouragement is to be realistic, to observe your child's brushing habits, observe their dexterity, see what they're capable of. We have tablets here at the office that we can give you that illuminate plaque, they color it. And so you can kind of validate whether your child's adequately brushing or not. And if they're not, sometimes you just have to step back in and take over. And though it's inconvenient, it's going to save you a lot of headache in the form of dental disease. And so I think it's worth it. So with pacifiers and sippy cups or other chewing habits, the biggest thing that people don't think about is that whenever those are in the mouth, it's applying force to the teeth. It can be applying force through suction. It can be applying force through direct pressure if the child's pushing the nipple of the sippy cup against the roof of the mouth or against the teeth. And if we think about it, orthodontics or braces is just the application of small amounts of force over time to move teeth where we want them to go. Well, oral habits like pacifiers or sippy cups are applying small amounts of pressure to teeth over time. They're just doing it in a way that's uncontrolled and unmonitored. But you'll get tooth positioning movement just like you would with braces. It's just often out of control. And so we can see open bites or spacing or narrowing of the palate as a consequence of that. Now, there's a season where those things are appropriate and a lot of times necessary, but just trying to be realistic about those timeframes and when it's appropriate to stop, and monitoring your child's bite and the way their teeth fit together for changes that might clue you into the fact that maybe it's time to switch or just stop the habit. So a lot of people think that flossing is kind of an adult activity. And although there are a lot of gum disease issues that adults tend to have that benefit from flossing that kids maybe don't experience, we do see a lot of tooth decay in the contact where the teeth meet. And a lot of kids drink sugary beverages, or they're having these things that they get in between those little creviced areas, and toothbrushing alone can't always remove that stuff. And flossing is a good tool at your disposal to help kind of get into those places where brushing alone may be deficient. So even though it's hard sometimes, I think it's worthy to add it in after you've nailed your brushing habits. And if you're looking to kind of go above and beyond, there's definitely value in it, even in a pediatric patient.